today we're joined by the lovely Champo from Ishar. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
No, that's good. So I want to hear more about what you do and the organization that you work for.
So I work for Ishar Mount Culture Women's Health Services. Ishar provides services to women from different cultural backgrounds, and my role is health promotion. So I'm the girl that goes out in the community to talk to women about health issues, and I also talk about issues that are affecting us, affecting women, especially when it comes to relationships. So when I talk about that, I'm talking about family and domestic violence.
Oh wow, that's so amazing! And how long have you been working with Ishar for?
I've been working for Ishar for about 4 years, going to 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's so exciting. That's very exciting. Now, when you talk about the services that you do through health education, I think you said promotion as well. What services do you have that you guys offer to people?
So as you can tell from the name itself, our services are provided to women. So it's a women's health center. Okay. So we've got the 3 stream of services. We've got the health services, we've got the family support services, and we've got the carer support services. So in those 3 streams, there are a lot of other services that come along. Okay. So when you look at the health, of course, then we're talking about well-being.
Yes.
So we've got a clinic that provides services to women. So the clinic is provided by the 4 doctors who are supported by the nurse and the midwife nurse, and they address issues, female reproductive issues and antenatal care.
Okay, that's amazing. And why specifically women from different cultural backgrounds? Is there a reason why you target that group, do you find?
Well, first of all, Ishar has been there for over 25 years now. Yeah. So I guess when they formed up this organization, they saw the need of women from a cultural background, that they needed a place where they could feel belong. And also because we provide services and that are tailored to their needs, and we provide interpreters. So it's like a woman comes in seeking for help, and they're told to say, you don't have to speak English. It's fine. I will provide you these services, but I'll use somebody to help me understand how to help you and what you need.
And why do you think that's so important? Because language is such a big part of who we are, and we're obviously finding that because Australia is growing so much in being a multicultural country, we are finding that a lot of women do not access these services, particularly because of the language barrier. So why do you think that is? What do you think carries that?
When you look at a woman having an issue, like, when we look at the health, like we women, we've got a lot of, reproductive problems.
Yes.
So in that case, if I have to go to the doctor, I want somebody to understand me.
Exactly.
I want someone to actually make me feel comfortable.
Yes.
And I want somebody to explain to me what's going on. And so it's all about giving the women the choice to make a decision, and them understanding what their needs are. So it's about being informative and giving them that key to say, you can make a decision. It's your life and this is your health.
Yeah, that's really good. And I have to say, I applaud Ishar for doing that, because we actually, unless you come from a different language background, we actually do not realize how much gets missed in these appointments, because you're so nervous as well. You don't want to find out there's something wrong. So I find out for even myself, and I want to believe that I'm very well spoken. And I've gone to good schools where I was taught English. I've been learning English since I was very young. But even when I enter into these atmospheres where I'm speaking to someone about my health, I find because I'm so nervous, sometimes it stops me from actually being sort of slowing down to actually hear what the other person is saying. So I can only imagine what that feels like for older women, or maybe women that can't even speak English properly. So that's such a great service that you guys provide. That's so good. You mentioned mentioned that you do health promotion within the well-being. Is that to do with mental health and all that?
Well, like I said, we've got a range of services at Ishar, so we kind of cover. So our services are more, it's not just focused on health, so it's focused about the well-being and the social aspect of a woman. So we do have services that provide, you know, counseling, emotional support, and we also have social workers. So, and not only for women who come to see the doctor or who are, you know, going through, say, family or domestic violence, but women who are caring for friends or family members who've got mental health illnesses. We've got that service, you know, and it's about supporting them and then connecting them to other, you know, communities or community members that are going through the same. So it's about that social kind of building blocks to make a woman feel, you know, wanted and supported. So that's our aim. It's not just to say, okay, we're gonna fix you, you go home. And yes, we see the importance of health and well-being and, you know, women being, you know, having the knowledge about their well-being and, you know, coming to the doctor to have women's health check, which is very important because we need to check ourselves because that will save our lives. They say, you know, prevention is better than cure. So that's me, that's my role, and the nurse to go out there to women and talk about it. But overall, we do other services, we provide other services. Like, you know, we also talk about mental illness, we talk about mentally being mentally well, and which would also make the family function better. And then we also, by doing that, we provide services like counseling with a psychologist. So, and our psychologists are well trained, they've got experience in working with women from a diverse background. So it's not like someone who's just come from the mainstream who do not understand where you and I are coming from. And we try to make the women understand the importance of looking after their mental well-being. And
that's amazing. And I have to ask you, from your own experience working in the role that you've worked in, what do you find probably as the average reason why women from multicultural backgrounds do not access things like counseling? Because I know that's such a taboo topic in our culture, specifically my culture as well, and I'm Zimbabwean, and I know that for Africans we're very tough. So what is it, what are some of the reasons that you have found, and what could you possibly tell a mother, a daughter, a woman who's watching this, something that you could advise them to say, hang on, so many people going through this, it's okay?
I like how you use the word tough because that's what everyone would say, to say, I'll deal with it. I've got the family to support me. It's fine. We don't, you know, we don't break. We'll get there.
We're very strong.
So we are very strong. And they always say, you know, some women would say, well, it's a private matter. How I'm feeling, I should not put it out there. So I guess, like in any course, education and and just trying to make them understand. You know, they say knowledge is power, and once they understand what, you know, what the impact is of seeking help through the counselor or the psychologist, they actually come to appreciate, because then I can talk to my mother, but there are things that I can't really talk to my mom about because she'll tell me, oh, how can you talk about that? But if I seek professional help, I'll be free. It's like I have that freedom to talk about everything I'm feeling, and that professional would help me and guide me through. So they in the beginning, they're kind of not willing, but once they start engaging, they kind of end up in liking it and coming back for more. You get to learn how to work with the women.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like you're saying, you know, it's just overwhelming. It's just absolutely overwhelming to walk into a room and know that you might be told something about your health that's life-changing and life-shattering. And I think in those moments, that's what gets us choked up. So, you know, the language and all that differences, that's what gets in between the way, because we're just so nervous. Not necessarily because we don't know or we're incapable of knowing or acquiring knowledge. It's just because it's just so overwhelming. So it's great that your organization has that much diversity and understands those problems. And you know, that stigma that comes with being a woman from a multicultural background. So yeah, great work that you guys are doing. It's really, really good. Very, very commendable.
Thank you. And for the women out there, they should we always provide interpreters.
Yes.
So especially with the doctors and the psychologists and all the services. Like if you walk in and no one none of our staff members speak the language, would always call. We make a call and find an interpreter so that we can actually understand what you're coming to the center for.
Yeah, that's great. It's so good that you guys are working so hard on supporting women, because it is so important.
Yeah, it is.
We're living in a completely different world. It's very, very different. And I think having that support would mean a lot to a lot of women from multicultural backgrounds.
And empowering them. That's the key, because it's one of our values. Like supporting them and empowering the women.
Yes.
That's
Well, great. Thank you so much for coming to Strictly Roots today.
Thank you for having me, and I hope to work Ishar to work with Roots one day with the projects coming up. So I hope to come back and talk about the new project, which is
I'd love to have you back.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you back.
So so you'll be seeing me soon, hopefully, and see what we can do together.
Great. That's so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's fine. I really enjoyed having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next time.